Yes, everyone. Hello, what's up? I hope all of you are doing great and welcome to today's revision session where we are going to revise one of the very important chapters for your CA final audit, that is professional ethics. So this is the chapter which I feel is really important from exam point of view. Considering the weightage in exams, it is generally asked for around 12 to 15 marks in your exam. So please be very attentive in this revision. It will be a very interactive revision in which I will ask you a lot of questions wherein you will have to answer it so that we are able to complete the revision on time. So let's start with the first topic, that is the fundamental principles. Talking about the fundamental principles, sir, what are the fundamental principles? These are the qualities which make an auditor an independent auditor. Come on, what are the fundamental principles, sir? These are the qualities, 5 qualities which make an auditor an independent auditor. How did we learn these qualities, sir? These are the qualities which should be there in every professional, that is what we call koi professional. Come on, koi professional, sir. What do you mean by koi professional? C for confidentiality. C for confidentiality. Yeah, that what does the confidentiality means? Whatever information I have got from my client, whatever information I have got from my employer, I will not disclose it to anyone. So that's what the topic of confidentiality says. Not disclose the information acquired from the client or the employer. Now, what do you mean by client and employer? Current client or a prospective client, sir, it includes both the current client, both the previous client, also the prospective client. Including the prospective also, it continues even when the relationship has ended. Then we discussed about certain circumstances where the professional accountants might be required to disclose the confidential information. So you can call these are the exceptions. So what do you mean by exceptions? In these cases, you can disclose the information about your client or your employer in these cases. Sir, what were these cases? We used to consider that above everything, there will be law. Above law, there is nothing. So if law is requiring you to disclose the information, you have to disclose it. Second thing, whose information is it? Sir, it is the client's information. It is the employer's information. So if they are authorizing you, that is the client or the employing organization, they are authorizing you and it is permitted by law, then also you can disclose. So what are the first 2 points? First of all, it is permitted by law. It is a requirement of law. Got it, sir? If law says, we have to do everything. Second thing, the person whose information it is, be it the client, be it your employer, they are permitting you, plus you are also permitted by law, then also it is okay. And then there are 4 special cases where there is a professional duty or right to disclose. Sir, what are these 2 cases? So I discussed, like, first 2 cases are the ones which are very, you can say, easy ones, or you can say the cute ones. Sir, what are the cute ones? Peer review and quality review. In peer review and quality review, what do they check? They basically check whether the work that you have done is as per the PRL requirements. So what is that? Oh, sorry, as per the TPE standards. TPE standards means technical, professional and ethical standards. Come on, technical, professional and ethical standards. So these were the 2 points: peer review, quality review, TPE standards. The next 2 ones were a little stricter ones. Sir, what were the stricter ones? The stricter ones were, in case you are caught, so there will be some inquiry or investigation. Yes, sir. That inquiry or investigation can lead to legal proceedings. So these were the 4 special cases that we need to remember. First 2 ones are the, you can say, less stricter ones or cute ones, that were peer review, quality review. In case of peer review, quality review, what do they check? They check the compliance with TPE standards. Then we go to the stricter ones. And what were the stricter ones? The stricter ones were very simple: inquiry or investigation, and that can lead to the legal proceedings. So that was all about confidentiality. I hope the confidentiality part is clear. Then we have some another topic which you just need to give it a read, that in case you are disclosing the confidential information, what you have to consider. So first of all, you need to consider that whatever information that you are disclosing, is any party being affected by it? Got it, sir? Second thing, is the relevant information known and substantiated? Means you are sure about the information that you are disclosing. Got it, sir? In case you are sure, then you need to see how you will be disclosing. Sir, how you will be disclosing means the type of communication and to whom it is addressed. That means whoever you are addressing that communication, whoever you are addressing that communication, that person should be an appropriate recipient. So whenever you're disclosing some confidential information, make sure no party's interest is affected. Second thing, you are sure about that information. That means that information is known and substantiated. Third thing, in case you have finally decided that you are going to disclose that confidential information, make sure that the other party is known. That means you need to consider the proposed type of communication plus to whom it is addressed. The person whom you are addressing that communication should be a appropriate recipient. So I just read these 4 points. That's all that you need to do. Now, sir, we are done with C. C means confidentiality. O for objectivity. Objectivity means your decision is your decision, none of the other person's decision. That means whenever I am taking any decision, it should not be influenced by my own biasness, my own conflict of interest, or undue influence of some other person. So these are the 3 keywords that you need to keep in mind. That is what objectivity is all about. Not compromising my professional or business judgment because of my own biasness, own conflict of interest, or undue influence of some other person. I hope objectivity is clear. Then we discuss about I for integrity. Integrity means I need to be honest, I need to be straightforward, I need not be associated with any report which is false, which is misleading. These are the basic points that you need to keep in mind. And then we discuss about the professional. The professional part is professional competence and due care. What do you mean by professional competence? That as a chartered accountant, I need not only attain, but I also need to maintain my skills. So this says attain and maintain the knowledge and skills. Then what do you mean by due care? You need to act diligently. You just need to remember the first 2 points from exam point of view. What do you mean by professional competence? Attain and maintain. How do I maintain? By staying updated about the amendments that are going on in the world. Whatever updates that are coming in the world, I need to stay updated about that. So attain and maintain professional knowledge and skill. And at the same time, what do you mean by due care? Acting diligently. On the same thing, we have clause number 7, part number 1 of your second schedule. So if you have already done with this chapter, you must be remembering that part, that we need to exercise due diligence and not be grossly negligent in the conduct of our duties. So this is all about the 5 fundamental principles. This question was asked in your November 21 exam. So very, very important from exam point of view. You need to know the basics about these 5 fundamental principles. Now, sir, last principle is professional behavior. Don't do anything which affects the name of this profession or which brings discredit to the profession. So don't do anything, because if you do anything which brings discredit to the profession, another clause is linked to it, that is even any personal misconduct. Come on, even any personal misconduct can make you guilty. That is other misconduct. And other misconduct, what was the clause? Please pause the video and remember. Please pause the video and recall and then write in your register what was the clause of other misconduct. Sir, other misconduct clause is covered in part number 4 of your first schedule. Oh, and part number 3 of your second schedule. So these are the things that you can need to remember. Now, sir, if a professional accountant faces a situation in which there is a conflict between one principal and the other principal, what he has to do? He has to consult some person. Either he will consult someone in his own organization. Got it, sir. Either in the client's organization. Who is at the top of the client's organization? TCWG. In case both of them are not able to resolve, who will he go to? Mother body. Sir, mother body means ICAI. And then even if ICAI is not able to resolve, who is above all? Sir, law. That means he will contact the legal counsel. So these are the 4 points that you just need to consider. In case, let's understand. In case I am trying to be honest. By being honest, what I am trying to exercise? Sir, I am trying to exercise integrity. Got it, sir. And by being honest, there is a problem that it may affect my confidentiality. Oh. So now by following integrity, I am affecting my confidentiality. In this case, what do I need to do? I need to consult either someone in my own organization, in the client's organization, I need to connect with TCWG. In case both of them are not able to help me, I will go to my mother body. Sir, who is the mother body? ICAI. And in case ICAI is also not able to help me, who is above all of them? Sir, above all of them is law. That means I will contact with the legal counsel. Now sir, let's talk about the different types of threats. सबसे easy topic. It is the one of the easiest topics of professional ethics. What are the types of threats? SAFI. Sir, what do you mean by SAFI? Self-interest threat. Self-interest threat means there is some financial or other interest. Let's understand the examples also along with it. In case you are taking a professional service, that means you are in practice. Got it, sir? What could be the self-interest threat? First of all, there could be a direct financial interest. Got it, sir? Plus, how do you get that financial interest in the client? The client gives you fees. Talking about the fees, you are quoting a very less fees to get that engagement, and the fees is so low that it will affect the quality of your engagement. Got it, sir? And since you have quoted less fees, you are trying to develop other relations. What are the other relations? Having a close business relationship with the client. So these are the 3 points. First of all, you need to remember direct financial interest. How you develop the financial interest with the client? By getting the fees. The fees is so low. Come on, the fees is so low that the quality of the service is affected. Now you are trying to develop a business relationship with the client. What is the fourth thing that you did? From whatever confidential information that you got from the client, come on, whatever confidential information you got from the client, you started using it for personal gain. Got it, sir? And the last point is, you can just read this point: discovering a significant error when evaluating the results of previous professional service performed by a member of the accountant's firm. So let's say your as an accountant only, you provided some services to the client. You were the last year's auditor also, okay? And while doing this audit of current year, you notice that you have left a significant error last time. So in that case, you are ignoring that error. So last point, you can just give a read. Mainly, you can just remember these first 4 points. What were the first 4 points? This is a self-interest threat, that is a direct financial interest. How do I get the financial interest from the client? By quoting a fees. Is the fees high or the fees low? Sir, the fees is low. So the fees is low means quoting a low fees, and the fees is so low that your quality of service is affected. Since you are having less fees, you are trying to develop other business relations. And the fourth point is misuse of confidential information for personal gain. Just remember these 4 points from exam point of view. Now talking about the self-review threat, you can just give it a read. That is issuing an assurance report on the effectiveness of the operations of financial system. That means here where we are talking about ICFR reporting, that is the internal controls over financial reporting after implementing the systems. So whatever systems that you have implemented, you are issuing your report on them. So obviously baat hai that you will be biased on that. Second thing, having prepared the original data that is used to generate the records that are subject matter of assurance engagement. What is the subject matter of assurance engagement that we have discussed in the class also? That is the financial statement. So in case you are only preparing the financial statement, you are only giving the opinion on financial statement, again it will be biased and it can lead to a self-review threat. So just read these points. Now talking about the advocacy threat. Sir, what do you mean by advocacy threat? Advocacy, as the name suggests, you are promoting the client's interest. Come on, you are promoting the client interest to a point that your objectivity is compromised. So it says, in case you are acting as an advocate for the client in the litigations or disputes with third party, advocacy threat gets, it's connected with the heading only. Otherwise, you are promoting the interest and shares in the client. And last point is also related to law, that is lobbying in favor of legislation on behalf of a client. So as I told you, as a professional, chartered accountants are a part of the law making bodies, and at that point, in case I am getting any provision included in the law that provides benefit to my client, then also it is a advocacy threat. So these are the 3 examples of advocacy threat: promoting the interest of the client, acting as an advocate, third point is related to law, lobbying in favor of legislation on behalf of a client. Then comes the familiarity threat. Sir, what is the familiarity threat? So familiarity threat means there would be family relations. What could be the 3 or 4 types of family relations? So the first thing is, member of the engagement team has a family relationship with the employee of a client. Is this a normal employee, or this employee is having some position? Sir, he is having a position. He is in a position to exert direct and significant influence over the subject matter of engagement. Everyone, please tell me in the chat box, what is the subject matter of engagement in case of a assurance engagement? Sir, financial statement. So in case I am the auditor of the client, and my family member is the preparer of the financial statements, don't you think I will be very biased while auditing the financial statement? Answer is yes. And this is a classic example of familiarity threat. So it says member of the engagement teams has a close family member who is the employee of a client and is in a position to exert direct and significant influence over the subject matter of engagement. You got this point? Yes sir, we got this point. The second point says the client employee is not our family member, but the client's director or officer is our family member. So it says the director or officer of the client or employee is in a position to exert significant influence over the subject matter of engagement. That director or officer has recently served as the engagement partner. Sir, what do you mean by engagement partner? That means he was the partner in our firm. So these are the two cases. First of all, we have the relationship of family member. Second is the relationship through our firm, that whoever was a partner in our firm is now serving as the director or officer of the client. And the third case is relationship by time. So first one is the relationship by, you can say, family relationship. The second relationship is relationship by partner, and the third one is the relationship by time. So relationship by time means we have spent so much time with the client that now we have developed feelings for each other. That means it says long association of an audit team member with the audit client. In case there will be long association, it is obvious that they will develop some sympathy for each other. So these are the three cases that you need to remember. Close family member is an employee in the client who is in a position to exert significant influence over the subject matter of engagement. Second one is the director or officer of the client who is in a position to affect the subject matter of engagement has been our partner. Got it, sir? And the third case is long association with the client. Last one is about intimidation threats. Sir, what do you mean by intimidation? Making someone uncomfortable. Come on, making someone uncomfortable. So how can you make someone uncomfortable? How you can create a threat for someone? So first of all, you create a threat of dismissal. That is being threatened with dismissal from the client, engagement or firm because there is a disagreement about the professional matter. Got it, sir? Once you have created a threat about dismissal, the other person will feel pressurized. That means feeling pressurized to agree with the judgment of client. Why, sir, we have to agree with the judgment of client? Because client has more expertise on the matter of question. Got it? So first of all, they created a threat of dismissal. Then there is a pressure. Again, next thing, planned promotion will not occur unless the accountant agrees with the inappropriate accounting treatment. And last point is accepting a significant gift from the client, and then the client is creating a threat that the acceptance of this gift will be made public. So these are the 4 points that you need to consider for intimidation threats. So how will we remember this? It's very simple. First of all, the client is creating a threat of dismissal. After the client has created this threat of dismissal, it is creating a pressure. Okay, sir. So first point is threat of dismissal. Second point is creating a pressure. What was the another way of creating a threat on you? Creating a pressure on you? It was the client provided a gift to you. Okay? So when client provided a significant gift to you and then he created a threat that this acceptance of gift will be made public. So two types of threats were made: threatened with dismissal, threatened by the gift, and that threat created a pressure to agree with the judgment of client, and at the end of the day your promotion will also not occur. So these are the 4 points: 2 threats, then pressure to agree with the judgment of client, and at the end of the day your promotion will not occur. So 4 points you have to consider for intimidation threats. Now comes professional activity. Mostly you just need to read it. Only the first point of financial interest is important, that is self-interest threat. Now consider it. Here also you need to consider the financial interest. Holding a financial interest or receiving a loan or guarantee from the employing organization. Professional activity means now the CA is not in practice. Here we are not considering a CA to be in practice. He is in service. Oh, so here the financial interest will come from salary. So here you need to consider the participation in the incentive compensation arrangement, that is your salary being offered by the employing organization. Got it, sir? In case the salary is less, what will you do? You will use the corporate assets for personal use. And last point is being given a gift from a supplier from the employer. So these are the 4 points that you need to consider. First point is financial interest in the employing organization. Got it, sir? Second point is being offered a incentive arrangement, that is participating in incentive compensation arrangement offered by the employing organization. Then what is the another benefit that they are giving you? Using the corporate assets for personal use, then getting the help from the supplier. Supplier means gift from the supplier of the employing organization. So 4 points of self-interest threats are done. Self-review threats, advocacy threat, familiarity threats, and intimidation threats. All these threats you just need to give a read. That's all that you need to do. So here we are done with the threats part. Now for every threat there is a safeguard. Now we are going to discuss about the safeguards to address the threats. It's very simple. We will play Avengers. So first of all, get the time stone. Sir, who will give the time stone? Time stone will be bought by who got the time stone in Avengers? Come on everyone, tell me in the chat box fatafat. Who gets the time stone? Dr. Strange. Got it, sir. So we will get additional time and qualified personnel to do the required task. Got it, sir. After Dr. Strange, who do we get? We get a proper reviewer. So there is a self-review threat. So we get an appropriate reviewer who is not a member of the team to review the work performed or advise to address a self-review threat. Got it. Then after reviewer, who we get? We get a partner and his team. We get a partner and his engagement team for what? With separate reporting lines for the provisions of, come on everyone, please focus, for the provision of non-assurance services. Acha, why are we getting separate people for the provision of non-assurance services? Because again it can create a threat for the auditor if he is also providing the non-assurance services, if he's all and providing the assurance services simultaneously. It can create a threat for the auditor. So these are the 3 points you need to consider. First of all, the time stone along with the additional qualified personnel. Then we get an appropriate reviewer. Then we get a partner with a separate reporting line along with his team. Then fourth thing that what we did, we got a firm. That means we involved another firm to perform or re-perform a part of engagement. And when so many people were there, it could have affected our confidentiality. So we separated the teams when dealing with the matters of confidential nature. So these are the 4 to 5 points that you need to consider here. So what are the 4 to 5 points? First of all, time stone along with the appropriate qualified personnel. Then we got a reviewer. Now we are going to increase these people. Okay? Appropriate reviewer to review the engagement. Then we got a partner along with his team for which services? Assurance or non-assurance? Sir, non-assurance services. For the provision of non-assurance services with a separate reporting line. And then what we did? Sir, we got a firm. We got a firm to perform or re-perform a part of engagement, and when so many people were there, we had to separate them to deal with the confidential matters. I hope everything is clear till here. Please confirm me, is everything till here clear to all of you? Quickly take a water break. Quickly take a water break and let me know, is everything till here clear to you? Yes, sir. Sure. Now we are going to study very easy sections. The main part of learning is done. First of all, disabilities for the purpose of membership. You just need to understand this section. In case you are not 21 years old, can I become a chartered accountant? The answer is no. First become 21 years old, then you are eligible. Second thing, in case you are of unsound mind, this is not suggested by your friends, but it has been judged by a competent court. So unsound mind plus it is judged by the competent court, you are not eligible to become a chartered accountant. You are an undischarged insolvent. That means you don't know how to manage your finances. How will you manage the client's finances? You are not allowed to become a chartered accountant. Being a discharged insolvent, you have been discharged, but you have not got the certificate from the court that your insolvency was caused by misfortune. That means you did something hanky-panky because of which your insolvency was caused. Again, you will be not eligible to become a chartered accountant. This point was also checked by icai in one of the recent RTPs or MTPs. Then you have been convicted by a competent court either within India or outside India for an offense involving moral turpitude. Since you are doing such offenses, you are being caught for imprisonment or transportation. Again, you are ineligible to become a chartered accountant. And last point is you are removed from the membership of ICI being guilty of some professional or other misconduct, which we study in the schedules. So what are now the two types of members? So the two types of members are ACA and FCA. Once I become a chartered accountant, I am regarded as a associate member. After 5 years of practice, after 5 years of continuous practice in India, or even working as an employee. Sir, employee in the domains of accounting, law, taxation, whatever, these are the subjects of CA final and CA inter. Okay, main core subjects of a CA, that is accounting, auditing, law, taxation. In case I am working as an employee in the industry in these areas, let's say for 5 years, again after 5 years I am eligible to be regarded as a fellow member. Now sir, can my name also be removed from the register? Answer is yes. In case I am not eligible to become a member, I attract some disqualification of section 8. Got it, sir. I will not be regarded as a member. In case I am dead, obviously I will not be regarded as a member. In case I have requested ICI that remove my name from the register of members, I will not be regarded as a member. And last point is, after becoming a member, annually a fees has to be paid by me. If I fail to pay that fees, again I will not be regarded as a member. Sir, what if I did not pay the fees, but before the end of financial year, please listen carefully. I did not pay the fees on the due date, but before the end of financial year, I paid the fees. Will my name be restored? The answer is yes. Retrospective restoration will take place. So what it says, restoration will be with effect from the date on which my name was removed from the register. In case my name was removed because of the order of some disciplinary committee or court, then restoration will also happen as per the order of such committee. In other cases, the restoration will be done when I have given the application along with the fees. Now sir, in case a person is not a chartered accountant, there is a CA article. He goes everywhere, every party, every person he meets, he says I am a chartered accountant. Is it allowed? No. This is also a thing which the other person will be guilty. Is there a penalty for it? Yes, 1,000 rupees penalty. So it says a person not being a member of ICI represents that he is a member of ICI or uses any designation of CA. Otherwise, he is a member of ICI, but he is not having a certificate of practice and representing that he is a CA in practice. Then in case of first conviction, there will be a fine of 1,000 rupees. Oh, and he does it again. Then this 1,000 will be increased to 5,000. Plus, there may be an imprisonment of up to 6 months. Or there will be both. So this is a thing that you just need to remember for MCQ point of view. Now sir, can my COP, that is the certificate of practice, be cancelled and restored? The answer is yes. In case you don't pay the COP fees by 30th of September. So see here it says, if you have not paid the annual fees for the COP till 30th date of September, your COP will be liable to surrender. Again, if you pay the fees before the end of financial year, it will be restored retrospectively from the date your name was removed. Similarly, in case you are removed from the register of members, so if you are not a member, you can't become a member in practice. In case the council is satisfied that you got the COP by submitting false information, again they can take their COP back. And the last point is, in case you have stopped practicing as a CA, you can give your COP to the ICI. So these are the basic points that you need to consider. Now we are coming to a very important topic, that is members deemed to be in practice. In this part also, the most important thing is the part number 4. Part 1, 2, 3 simply says, in case you are practicing in accountancy, you are providing accountancy services, you are providing auditing services, or you have agreed to provide, see it is saying you have offered to perform these accounting or auditing services, you will be deemed to be in practice. So deemed to in practice means you need to have a certificate of practice. Otherwise, if you are rendering such other services as they are rendered by CA in practice in the opinion of council, then also you will be deemed to be in practice. This is a very, very, very important topic from exam point of view. Please concentrate. So it says, council has passed a resolution permitting a CA in practice to render entire range of management, consultancy and other services. In this, I will be touching upon the important services about which there will be a question in your question bank. Such services are, these are all related to your financial management, strategic financial management, that you are preparing the budgets, you are preparing the forecast. These are the things that they are talking about. Okay. Similarly, in case you are doing the inventory management, handling and storage, again it will be a services that are allowed to a CA in practice. You are doing the market research and demand studies, you are fixing the price for your customers, okay? Or you are providing management decision making services, management accounting systems, basically cost accounting and all services you are giving, control methods and management information and reporting. You must have heard about MIS reports. Yes, so this is also part of service which is allowed to a chartered accountant. Now, personal recruitment and selection. Let's say I have a client, that client wants to appoint an accountant. Who will be better than me to judge whether the accountant can do the accounting properly or not? So I can help in the personal recruitment and selection services. Similarly, for the person so selected, I can help in preparing the incentive plans, wage incentive plans. So please consider this service. Can I act as a registered valuer? The answer is yes. Can I do management and operational audits? Yes, I can do any type of audit. I can do quality audit, environment audit, energy audit. All these services I can give as a chartered accountant. Also, as you know, in the banking sector, the problem of NPAs is increasing. So can I act as a recovery consultant? The answer is yes. Acha, can I act as a recovery agent? The answer is no. This is something which is not allowed to a chartered accountant. So what is the difference between consultant and agent? Agent is a person who goes by himself and collects the money. Okay? Consultant just provides the advisory services. So as a CA, you can provide those advisory services of consultant, but you can't act as a recovery agent. I hope this point is clear. Got it, sir. Can I act as an insolvency professional? Yes, you can act as an insolvency professional. You can act as a registered valuer. Got it? Got it, sir. Plus, can I provide the services regarding the computer systems? Yes, you can provide the services regarding the computer system. Now, let's say there is a season of IPOs. You know, initial public offers? Yes, sir. Recently, there was a IPO of Paytm, Zomato, Nykaa. Have you heard about these companies? Yes, sir. Now, whenever these IPOs come, who do you think provides the best consultancy? Sir, chartered accountant. So whenever I am a chartered accountant, I can provide consultancy or I can act as an advisor to an issue of shares. Okay? So whenever they are deciding their budgets, I can help in preparation of budgets. I can help in the selection of ad media, brokers, bankers, okay? Collection centers who will be collecting the IPO money. Got it? Underwriters. Achha, tell me one thing. Can I act as a broker? The answer is no. You are helping in the selection of the broker. Can I act as an underwriter? The answer is no. You are helping in selection of the underwriter. So these people you can help in the selection, but you cannot act as such people. Got it, sir. Plus, talking about selection of various agency like registrar to issue. Can I help in the selection of registrar to issue? The answer is yes. Also, remember, you can also act as a registrar to a issue. Okay, so I think this point is also given here, where it was given. Yes, you can help in selection of registrar to issue. I think this will be given in your clause 11. I will show you there. Okay. Plus, after the issue, can I help in the post issue activities? The answer is yes. Remember this one thing, I can't go to a pub. Okay. I can't go to a pub, sir. Pub means portfolio management services, underwriting and broking services. These three services are not allowed to a chartered accountant. Acha, tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. Insurance, financial advisory services. In case my client wants an insurance, can I advise the client which is the best insurance for him? The answer is yes. So it says insurance brokerage is allowed. Oh, sir, you just said that pub services are not allowed. What do you mean by pub? Portfolio management, underwriting services, and you said that broking services are not allowed. But here you say insurance brokerage is all allowed. What are you saying, sir? See, insurance brokerage. The name has the word brokerage, but it has nothing to do with broking. Okay? It is also a consultancy service only. Okay? So that's why it is allowed. So ICI can play with these words in your exam. Got it, sir. Also, you can provide some admin services. There is no issue. Also, whenever you are serving with the armed forces, that is Indian Army, Mera Bharat Mahan. Okay? Whenever you are serving with the Indian Army, you will be deemed to be in practice. So I hope everything till here is clear. Acha, tell me one thing. Whenever in school your teacher gave you a punishment, in that time of punishment, were you allowed to go here and there, or were you asked to stand at a particular place with your hands on your ears? The answer is we were asked to stay at a particular place. We are not allowed to go here and there. Similarly, if ICI suspends a CA, he is not allowed to do the activities he could have done in the capacity as a chartered accountant. So let's understand with the help of an example. A CA in practice was suspended from the practice for a period of 6 months. Oh, sir, he did something very wrong, and he surrendered his COP for the said period. During the said period of suspension, member did not undertake any audit assignment, but he represented before the income tax authorities. Now you tell me a CA has been given a punishment. Do you think in this period of punishment he should do the activities he is allowed to otherwise do as a CA? The answer is no. So this is what it is written here. First of all, they have given a facts of the case, but they have also mentioned that he cannot do anything in any other capacity separable from his capacity as a member of ICI. Why, sir? Why he cannot do anything else other than his capacity as a member of ICI? Because once you become a member of ICI, you are bound by the provisions of Chartered Accountant Act 1949. Oh, so in case you are appearing before the income tax authorities, you are doing so in the capacity as a CA. No, so being bound by the regulations, being bound by the Chartered Accountant Acts, this is not allowed. So if a CA is appearing before such tax authorities, in this case he is guilty. So just remember this point, that whenever you are suspended as a chartered accountant in practice, you cannot do anything that you could have done in your capacity as a CA, because once you become a chartered accountant, you are bound by the act, you are bound by the regulations. So you cannot say that you have any capacity other than a member of a CA. So you cannot do those activities. Got it? Got it, sir. Sir, can a company practice as a CA? The answer is no. 141 subsection 3 already says that a body corporate cannot become auditor of a company. But as a LLP, can I do so? Yes. But if LLP has a company as a partner, it also can't engage in practice. So just read this line for MCQ point of view. Now, sir, another important point that can be asked in your exams, and it's also something which ICI loves to test a lot of times. Tell me one thing. What would ICI wants if I become a chartered accountant? Sir, ICI would want that you use this designation of chartered accountant. Are you all with me on this part? Yes, sir. If I use any designation other than chartered accountant, will ICI like it? No, sir. So it specifically says that if you are a chartered accountant, you cannot use any designation apart from a chartered accountant. Sir, can I use cost accountant? Tell me one thing. Can I use cost accountant? No. Can I use income tax consultant? No. Can I use cost accountant? I just said no. Can I use company secretary? No, Baba, no. Cost consultant? No. Management consultant? No. So no designation can be used. But sir, can I use degree? Sir, degree means 360 degree. No, no, no. Degree means like when I become a chartered accountant, I become a CA. CA is a degree. Can I use CA? Yes. Can I use ACMA, that is the degree of cost accountant? Yes, degree you can use. FCMA you can use. Sir, similarly, I can't use company secretary. Can I write CS? Yes, you can write. No issues. Can I write advocate? Now this is what? This is a degree or a designation? Sir, this is a designation. You can't use the designation of advocate and chartered accountant simultaneously. Please remember this. Can I write LLB? Now tell me, LLB is a designation or a degree? Sir, it is a degree. I can use it. Acha, tell me one thing. Is the word CPA permitted? The answer is no. But when we will discuss clause 7, here what we are studying? Sir, we are studying section 7. When we will study clause 7, I will tell you there are certain chartered accountant institutions. There are foreign institutes of accountancy. Wherever ICI has a MOU or a mutual recognition agreement, their membership you can use. For example, in CPA Ireland is allowed. Oh, icai is allowed. South African Institute of Chartered Accountants, Institute of England and Wales, that CPA is also allowed. So these are certain institutions where you can refer in your visiting cards, that there is no issue. Acha, these designations na CA can't use, okay? But what if as a CA I am acting as a director in a company? Got it, sir. Now when the company brings its prospectus, in the prospectus it gives a heading that there is a merchant banker or advisor to an issue. Can a CA act as an advisor to an issue? I just told yes, I can act as an advisor to an issue. So if in that prospectus, please understand, there is a heading of advisor to an issue. In that advisor to issue, my name is written CA Shubham Keswani. Oh, is this thing allowed? Is this thing allowed? The answer is yes. But sir, you said that you can't use any designation apart from chartered accountant. How is advisor to issue allowed? Babu, it is not in my visiting card. It is not on my letterhead. It is in the company's prospectus. Got it, sir. Got it, sir. Got it, sir. Got it. So it says member can obtain registry as a merchant banker or advisor to an issue, and in the client's prospectus or ads regarding the capital issue, the name of the CA and the address of the CA can be regarded as an advisor or consultant to an issue under the caption or heading advisor or consultant to an issue. But remember, this should not appear prominently. So just give it a read so that in case you can say what? In case a case study based question is asked, you are able to handle it properly. Now comes the last part of the initial provisions of professional ethics. 40 minutes we are done. Now is the last thing that we are going to discuss here. Sir, talking about the initial provisions, tell me one thing. I am a chartered accountant. Yes, sir. I am running my CA firm at a particular place. Can I open another branch? It says yes. But remember, any branch that you open, whenever there is more than one office in India, each of the offices should be in separate charge of a member of ICI. Yeah, that means every branch that I open, there should be a member of ICI sitting at that branch. But remember, there are 3 exceptions. Sir, what are the 3 exceptions? In case the other office is located in the same building, no need of a separate member. In case the second office is in the same city, in case my first office is in Delhi, the second office is also in Delhi, it is allowed. Or if the the second office is within 50 kilometers from the municipal limits of city, then also it is allowed. So please remember these 3 exceptions. Office is in the same building, allowed. Same city, allowed. Within 50 kilometers from the municipal limits of the city, it is also allowed. Plus, they have also given an exemption for the hilly areas. Hilly areas, that means during winters, there is heavy snowfall. Okay? During that snowfall time, it is very difficult to wake up in the morning for the chartered accountant. How will the client wake up and come to the office? So the practice gets affected. So at that point, the CAs are allowed to move from hilly areas to the plain areas and do their practice in the plain areas for 3 months. Sir, whenever I am going from hilly area to the plain areas, do I need to close my regular office? The answer is no. You need not close your regular office. Whatever correspondence are there, whatever you can say letters are there, they can be delivered at your main office. Do I need to inform ICI about opening of the new office? Answer is yes. Do I need to inform ICI after closing the new office after 3 months? Answer is yes. Sir, is my new office a temporary office or a permanent office? It is a temporary office. So you cannot refer it as a place of business. So these are the 4-5 points that you need to remember. You can open the other office for maximum 3 months per annum. Okay, sir. Do I need to close the regular office? No. Correspondence can be made at the regular office. The name board at the temporary office should not be displayed when it is not functional. Temporary office is a temporary place of business. It is not a place of business. Got it? And last point says, before every winters, inform ICI about the opening of temporary office, and after its closure, also intimate the ICI via registered post. Acha sir, how do I consider whether I have attended the office in that city or not? So it says, members should reside in the place of office situated or attend the office for more than equal to 182 days. Then it will be considered that they were in charge of the office. So just remember this limit from MCQ point of view. Now let's understand the question. Sir, what happens in this question? Mr. Z, a CA, started his practice in February 2023. Got it, sir. He had set up his office in the hill station of Manali. Wow, sir. So Manali में क्या होगा? Manali में there will be snowfall. Is there any exemption in case of a hilly area? Yes, hilly area में there is an exemption that you can open your office in the plain areas for 3 months. Since he was getting very less assignments, he decided to set up a temporary office in the nearby city of Ambala, which is situated about 100 kilometers. As planned, he took an office space for the months of April, May or June. Now tell me one thing. Is it compulsory that the 3 months should be November, December or January? Nowhere it is written. Nowhere it is written. So these 3 months can be any 3 months. Now you will say, sir, you just said before winters. Arey babu, it is not necessary. ठीक है? Before winters inform ICI. ठीक है? But these 3 months can be other months also. This is the assumption that ICI takes. ठीक है? So please remember, it can be April, May or June also. During these months, his regular office was not closed and Mr. Z was in charge of both the offices. So even in the second office, he was acting as in charge. Mrs. A, another CA who practiced in Manali, came to know about the new office of Mr. Z. She informed ICI regarding the violation of provision. Now tell me, is there any violation of provision? The answer is no. Why, sir? Because of the hilly area exemption. So because of the hilly area exemption, there is no violation. And in this answer, this question is there in your question bank also. So in this answer, you just need to quote section 27. Whenever a CA opens another office, that office should be in separate in charge of a member of ICI. But in case I am having my main office in hilly areas, I can open an office in the plain areas temporarily for 3 months. Before opening the office, I need to inform ICI. After closing, I need to inform ICI. The new place of business is a temporary place of business, not a permanent place of business in my letterhead. Do I need to close my regular office? The answer is no. The correspondence can be delivered in the regular office. These are the points you need to write. And here, your initial provisions part get done. Just let me know, is everything till here clear to all of you? Come on. Yes, sir. Now we are going to begin with the last part, that is the KYC norms. So KYC norms, what it says, know your customer, or basically in case of a CA, I should say know your client. So what can be the 3 types of a client? Individual, corporate entity, or you can say a partnership firm, that is a non-corporate entity. So the first thing, that is the general information, it stays the same in all case. What is the general information I need to know about my client? First of all, the name of the client, then the PAN number of the client, business description, and audited financial statement. Got it, sir? Then comes the engagement information, that is the type of engagement. What is the type of engagement? Is it an assurance engagement in which I need to give an opinion? Oh, or it is a compilation engagement. Sir, compilation engagement means, let's say, preparation of financial statement. So whether whatever type of engagement it is, you need to mention that information here. Got it, sir? In case it is a corporate entity, again similarly general information, name of the client. Sir, what about the PAN? The PAN will come here in regulatory information. Okay, same business description, copy of last audited financial statement. One additional thing is there in case of a corporate entity, that is name of the parent company in case of a subsidiary. So this is the additional point that you need to consider. The engagement information part stays the same as we discussed above. Now coming to a non-corporate entity. After that regulatory information, you just need to give the numbers. So, sir, what do you mean by the numbers? Company's PAN number, SIN, DIN. Come on, SIN and DIN. Company identification number, director identification number, then the names and address of the directors. Now comes the non-corporate entity. Similarly, general information, name of the client, okay, PAN of the client, business description, last audited financial statement. Again, here one additional thing, what is the name? Partners, names and addresses, this is the additional thing, and engagement information stays the same. So just need to give it a read to the KYC norms, and I hope all these points are clear. Again, there is a question on this in your question bank. So I hope everything till here is clear. Now in the next session, what we are going to do, we will be revising the schedules. So next revision session, we will be revising the schedule. So I hope you enjoyed the revision till here. If you like the video, do give it a like, and yes, stay subscribed to the channel for more such videos. Study with happiness, because then only we progress. Take care.